assyprosper live into the cinema bulletin. That means I'm live today to give you about the details of this movies, cinemas, action movies, horror movies, love story movies, and more. So if you're interested in me, you can look at me via assyprosper YouTube channel. You can look for my assyprosper official, that is Facebook, assyprosper official, that is Instagram. We keep chatting. If you are an actor, you can contact me, then we keep talking onto that number which is down. As assyprosper official, today I came here to tell you about the details of the movie called Queen of the Desert. This movie, it is a romantic movie, a love movie that was shot with that was done and directed with a director called Werner Herzog. This is a man from Germany, Germany, Munich, German. This man have done many different movies. This movie was the first movie he made after some period of resting without making movies, and he did that movie. It was a love story movie based on a life event of a British traveler that moved from different countries, who was an actor, a writer, and even a photographer, and that was the life. The lady was called Gertrude Bell, and this movie is based on her life event starting from 20th to 20th till death. This is a lady who faced some different life of category, where he faced some difficulties by the time he was into her old age, the teenage age, and the family tried to get a relationship partner where this lady can stay with. Naye omukyalo nibwambete yasobola kubeera na mwami oyo obuzibu obwawaawo nasobola okubanga musonyiwa Conland, and he decided to start another life whereby he had to meet other different people and he had to fall in love. Kamuvi kano, this movie was shot with different producers, Michael Benlayo, Castle Elois, Atenga Malimun, and Nick Laslan. Abantu abo binza okubanga mubawuliddeko mu cinema bungi, love story, action movies, bakola nnyo ku cinema obulungi era butambula obulungi. Unfortunately nti kano ka cinema okutwaliza mu tekabatambulira bulungi, naye all in all tugenda kuba tukafunako details era nga bwe bamala okashootinga kyategeerekeka nti kakwatibwamu omusajja gwe bayita it was edited with someone called Joy Bean, and Joy Bean is the editor. He gave this movie some good time, 2 hours and 80 minutes, and that movie was so romantic. It was shot into a desert areas in 2 different places of Morocco, Jordan, and England. Those are the places where this movie was shot. Unfortunately, this movie didn't move on well into the due time of the sales, but all in all, life is all about trying, and these people, they had to be focused. Unfortunately, the good thing of it that the actors don't talk about this movie badly, because for them, some of them, they enjoyed a lot of things into this movie, whereby Nicole Kidman and Damian Lewis, these people, they enjoyed a lot of the acts that they were doing. They enjoyed a lot of the movements they did. They enjoyed a lot of the scenes they did into that movie, and they talk about this movie very well, about what went on. So this movie was released into 2nd. It was released into June 2015, when it was shot within just like 5 months, because this movie was shot into December 2013, and it got done into March 2014. This is the date where this movie was shot, 5 months, and this movie was done. When it was done, it was released onto air by that date of 16 by that date of 6 Feb. That is when this movie was released, 6 Feb 2015. It was released onto the internet to start moving viral onto the internet. People enjoying this movie, they started enjoying this movie. But the theatrical release, it was released onto the theatrical release. When I talk about this, the theatrical release, so that to people who tend to watch movies, you know what a theatrical release means. It means actors going into the theater, they start acting live, and they sell CDs, they act live, they sell the CD to the customers, start enjoying the movie, and this is what we call the theatrical release. The theatrical release of this movie, fortunately, it was released on a different date, which was September 3rd. It was released on September 3rd, 2015, and this movie was released, started moving viral, whereby people started enjoying this movie. but into the calculation of the sales, some money that they got into this movie. This movie didn't move on well as they expected it, because they had to put in someone lots of money, which was worth 36 million US dollar, and according to the box sale, it was 2 million US dollar. You can see how discouraging, how disgusting it looks like, putting in a lot of money into sales. No, but the effect, according to the suggestion of the actor, they said that this movie, it was because it was too expensive, and by that time movies wasn't as much trending, and men of the company that were in, like IFC movie company, that company, by that time it is suggested that their finance status of promoting this movie wasn't as good as well, but they tried their level best. But as you know that the movie, you don't need to get discouraged. You can even shoot this movie, and whether it moves on or not, anytime it keeps moving. A movie doesn't get expired. A movie keeps moving, keeps being vital. Anytime today it might not work out, but it can work out anytime. Like even 5 years or 10 years, you can hear that your movie is onto the hit. But don't get discouraged, because these movies are always like that. But that was the life story of this movie. And if we go deeper about the details of the actors of this movie, like Nicole Kidman and Damian Lewis. Damian Lewis says that according to his scene, by the time they were shooting, he got a long kiss. When I talk about the long kiss, many of you, to those ones who understand in Uganda, you know what a long kiss means. You kiss someone, you feel it passionately, you feel it moving so romantic, and you feel like not ending even what you're doing. So Damian Lewis says this kiss was very romantic. He kissed very long, whereby even himself, he doesn't know whether this one was trying to prove that he's a good kisser or he's a romantic person. But for him, he felt like he couldn't even feel like ending kissing this lady called Nicole Kidman, who played who played into this scene as Gertrude Bell, and he kissed this lady who acted as a traveler and a photographer, because as I told you that Gertrude Bell, he first into a life where he was in a relationship, and he started to end that relationship with Nicole, and when he ended the relationship, he started his life where he went into the desert areas and met a political officer. He met a political officer. That political officer is the one whom Damian Lewis acted as, and they've had to fall in love. Unfortunately, this political officer was married. Into the life event, he was married and having a family, but he had to fall in love with this lady. They had to start up a relationship. They went on because this lady was majorly an author and he was an editor writer. But all in all, they've had to fall in love. So Damian Lewis says, I was deep in love. I liked this movie. I felt like even kissing, I couldn't feel like ending it. I hope that to people who are old enough, you know what kissing means, you know how that life moves on. So I'm called, I think I need to end here. I will come back with, I'm going to show you a silly, I'm going to show you, it's an advert that was released after the edition. When I talk about the advert, I mean the scene that was released to advertise this movie. So I will show it, try to show to see that what I mean is a trailer. I will put you the trailer, you see. Unfortunately, I'm not going to put the behind the scene, but in case you need this movie and you need this CD, you can still contact me on my number, which is attached there. You can contact me via that number, then we can talk and see how I can get you this movie. You watch it. It is a very romantic movie, very sensible and very awesome. I'm called assyprosper. You can look at me on assyprosper official. That's Facebook, assyprosper official, Instagram, or else you can even look at me at assyprosper. That is YouTube. assyprosper, there is no official on YouTube. You just put in assyprosper and you get me on YouTube. Then you can get these scenes. You can get behind the trail. Behind the trail, then you can just get the story. And try to be always active. Try to be checking my channel. Try to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. Let everyone watch, and you get to be in touch. And don't forget to follow my pages. I will keep giving you full details. I love you, everyone watching this program. It is called Cinema Bulletin. assyprosper official. Look at me. Look my number, and trust me, we'll get to be in touch. And in case you're an actor, you will need my help, you will need me at least to help you promote your movie. You can still contact me via that number. We can talk and find ways how your movie can move, and I can even host you onto my channel. We talk about your movie, you explain people about your movie, you explain everything. So if you're an actor or else you're a musician, you'd like your music to be moving on my channel, you don't need to worry. Just contact me via that number and we'll talk. I'm your boy assyprosper. I sign in.
The deeper we immerse ourselves into the desert, the more everything seems like a dream.
I would like to introduce Gertrude Bell.
You will not scare the young man with your intelligence.
Dear God, send me an earthquake, please.
What about Tehran?
Every step in the desert, life and fire claim me.
This little venture of yours is dangerous.
A woman alone, venturing out in the desert in times of war.
The Jews will take you for a spy.
I am a spy for no one but myself.
A woman passes through the entrance at the woman's site.
This woman is joining the men. Paradise has no time, no age. It awaits us.
I'm not sure the right man for you has been born yet.
I'm not afraid. For the first time in my life, I know who I am. My heart belongs to no one but the desert.
What is it then that attracts you?
It's their freedom.